everyone. Let's give us a minute here for people to get notified and hop on and get going here. And we're gonna have fun with some alternative paper pumpkin project today. Really came out cute. Made kind of like a fun fold with a little panel back there. That came out really sweet. So we'll do some stenciling today, which will be fun. So let's go over just a couple of things. Hi Kelly, good morning. I wanted to let everyone know that these colors are retiring. Wait a minute. Oh, I don't have them right here. Da-da-da. Right here. These colors are retiring. Paper and ink. You can't get this ink. I got it when it was the Purple Posy ink. When it was available, when they first came out with it. My pad is brand new and I've had no trouble with it, and I think it is an absolutely gorgeous color. I hate that it couldn't go into circulation for whatever reason, but I even have my blends for this. I'm keeping all of my blends though. So, because I never get rid of my blends because I like all the colors. Good morning, Susan. Good morning. Thanks everyone for hopping on. Hi, Judith. So the retiring list, this is my point. The retiring list is coming out tomorrow. And I promise you, it will be a feeding frenzy, like sharks. Hi, Mary. To get these colors, the paper, the ink, and the refills, okay? So just to let you guys know. Good morning, Linda. Good morning, Sandra. Good morning to everyone. Oh, how nice. A nice Tuesday morning to do some stenciling. I was showing this card. I'm going with, hi, Patty, with our paper pumpkin for today because I needed manly birthday cards. Oh, and I put this twine around this one. Hi, Vay. Hi, Linda. And it just really, these cards came out just beautiful for manly birthday cards, and of which I had none. So I now have a nice stack of them. And I thought that with the stencils that we received this month, that we would go ahead and do a little something here. So here's what I came up with. And I did a little panel right there. Isn't that nice? Hi, Becky. So that's just kind of fun. All right, so it's going to take us a minute to get the stenciling done. So let's try to go ahead and do most of the card and get it together, and then we'll work on the front. Of course, I'll post the measurements and everything after I get done here. Okay, so here's our envelope, and we want to do that in Pretty Peacock with our little birds, because we don't really need much on an envelope for a guy, right? I don't think. Let me get my little bird here. And when you stamp these, what I saw is the one that's like the V is the top, okay? So that's what it looked like to me with Stampin' Up. So there we go with that envelope, just like that. Now, our base, okay? Take care, Pamela. What happened? Hi, Mary. Oh, okay, Patty. I don't feel well today. I'm sorry, Patricia. Oh, my goodness. Okay, get to feeling better. Let us know. They could have fixed Purple Posy. I agree. I agree with the Purple Posy. Hello, Bling Bling. Good morning. Okay, Patty, watch the replay, dear. I hope you're okay. All right, so here is our base. It's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Then it's scored at 2 1/8 and folded back again. So it's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4 like a regular card. Then just score it at 8.5 and fold it back. And that's how you get that mechanism right there. We'll go ahead and use our bone folder here nicely. Hope what? I missed a comment. Yes, I hope she feels better. I know. Oh, Patty, I'm sorry. Okay, now, this little piece right here is just seriously a piece of scrap. And I'm going to stamp on here, happy birthday. I love this teeny tiny happy birthday. And we're going to do that in Purple Posy. And I'm just going to stamp it. This is what, probably about a ½ inch, I think. And this is like scrap from where I cut my the card fronts. So yeah, it's just a ½ inch, okay? And I'm just gonna slice it on an angle each way. There and there, just like that. And that's how I made that element that quick. But I really like the way that Stampin' Up taught me how to do this, okay? So I wanted to use that on this element. And I'm gonna use 2 glue dots. Right here. One here on the outer edges, because then we're gonna put dimensionals, okay? Right there. This one folded up, but I think we'll still be okay. Now, this is all that I have left from my paper pumpkin, so I don't think it's enough to wrap around like I want to. This would make a good bow. So I brought out my other spool of it. I keep this on hand, okay? Baker's twine, linen thread, whatever. You got to keep stuff like this on hand because you use it all the time. So I take my little point of the twine and I put it into the glue dot. And then I just roll it around kind of like in an oval, almost like a racetrack. Yesterday, I was like, oh, this is like a little racetrack. And I want 3 loops. And they did this on that card with Stampin' Up. I always get such great ideas from Paper Pumpkin. And I'm gonna come back around this way. And see, I'm just pushing the twine, the baker's twine, into the glue dot, and it's holding it so nicely for me. Just like that. Now I'll just take a snip here. Just like that. Perfect, absolutely perfect. And we have this cute, look at that. Isn't that fun? Just so simple, I'd have never thought, okay? Now we're going to take our dimensionals and place them beside, see where I have them on the outside there, so that then when we put it on the card, ooh, we don't want that to show. When we put it on the card, it'll pop up. Love it. Okay, so I'm gonna leave my backs on there because we have a lot to do. All right, now let's go ahead. Let's work on our panel, our inside panel here, okay? So Crumb Cake at 5 1/4 by 1 7/8 and Pear Pizzaz at 5 by 1 5/8, okay? This is so simple right here. I had to use these, you know, because wildflowers in the mountains. So this is all I did in a Pretty Peacock for this inside panel because I didn't want it to get too, you know, too feminine. Oops, I should have my mat underneath me here while I'm stamping, right? And then just a few of these birds just flying. Just like that. And now we're going to add this to our crumb cake right here. We'll use a little Tombow. Just like this. Can you believe the retiring list is coming out? I can't. I'm like, wow. Sometimes I just think it's like, didn't we just launch this catalog? I don't know. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for new in colors we're gonna get and new product. I'm excited for what might come in this new catalog. We get to see it as demonstrator shortly. I think in a day or so. I didn't check my updates yet this morning. Okay, so that goes on the inside panel. Okay, just to fill it in. You don't have to, but I just liked. I didn't want just a white panel right there. Okay, now the inside pieces and the outside piece that hooks to here, they are all the same. Okay, so it's Crumb Cake, 5 1/4 by 4, Pear Pizzaz, 5 by 3 3/4, basic white, 4 3/4 by 3.5. So I used these very neutral kind of tones, not little girly pink, okay? So that's that, right? So we're gonna stamp here. And we're gonna stamp here, here's to you, right here at the top. And then we're gonna take our trees. I have a defect in my stamp. I wanted to know why I was getting, do you see this? I get like a hole right here, okay? And my stamp has like a bubble in it. And there's nothing you can really do about it. So mine's gonna stamp like that, yours probably will not. See, right now it's filled in, but I can see it. As soon as I stamp it, it's gonna be like a little hole because the ink is welling up in it. It's kind of dipped in, see right there? And then you could see it dark right there because that's where the defect in the stamp is. But so while I'm doing this, I had a downline of mine, Lynn, and I'm going to use, what am I going to use on here? Let's use Calypso Coral. You know, and it has happened to a lot of people where their credit card gets compromised, okay? And so she was signed up with Paper Pumpkin. Well, who thinks, okay, when all of that is going on, that you need to like redo your credit card with Paper Pumpkin? So it came through like that she was not going to get her subscription this month, but she called Stampin' Up. Doesn't that look pretty with that Calypso Coral? But she called Stampin' Up, and now we're going to layer these together. And they told her that as long as you correct it by like the 20th of the month. Good morning. Who came on here? By, hi, Roxanne. Yes, these are the stamps in the Paper Pumpkin. Yes. But so if you like fix it by the 20th of the month, you will get the second shipment of Paper Pumpkin. Paper Pumpkin ships like twice a month. There's two, I guess, 2 batches that go out. And so just to let you guys know, if that happens and you totally forget to fix Paper Pumpkin, I would. Yes, Joanne, it happened to me, corrected right away, and my Paper Pumpkin is on its way. Yes, Linda, yes. Okay, see, so even if you forget, okay, and then you catch it because they'll email you that your payment didn't go through. And now we're going to add this to the inside of the card. And so then as long as you correct it with them, they will then send you your kit out on the second batch of the month. So that's good to know. So now this is why the inside of the card that I did 5 1/4 by 4, usually I don't do that on the inside. But see, I want my line to be right, okay? I want everything to line up. I like symmetry like that, I should say. Okay, now let's go ahead to the outside. Again, these are the same measurements. Crumb Cake, 5 1/4 by 4. Pear Pizzaz, 5 by 3 3/4. Basic white, 4 3/4 by 3 1/2. And we're going to work on this piece. But let's go ahead and put these two together because it's going to take us a minute to stencil. I hope you'll hang in here with me to do this. Here we go. And then we're also going to use one of our pretty trees here that came in the kit. So I'm using everything from the kit, the stamp set, and the elements right here. I love these trees. Be very careful pulling these apart because you could rip them. Here we go. This little one. Okay, here we go. Come out. I'm stuck. Okay, there we go. Okay, now with this, I'm just going to add some glue dots. I want to use the glue dots that came in the kit. Where do you buy your Tombow holder? Oh, this is a Tipsy, and a downline of mine got it for me on Etsy. And it's called, let me see, I think I still have the card because I save stuff like that. Yes, here. Crafter's Solution right here. It was Etsy shop, and they have the Tipsy right here, Home of the Tipsy. That's where she got it for me. So right there is a phone number, and there is a web address if you need that. Okay, but that's where my Tipsy came from, and I use it all the time. I mean, like, there's not a day that goes by that this thing is not right here on my desk. I love it. I leave my adhesive holder and I keep a full one in it because I run out of it so many times. So here I'm going to use these glue dots because they're skinny. They're thin and I like the way they fit. Let me put 3 down here. I'm not going to take the backs off yet. We'll do that when we're ready to adhere it. Just going to put some around. There we go. All right, now we'll put that off to the side also, okay? Good deal. All right, now we are going to use our piece of basic white that is 4 3/4 by 3 1/2. And here is our stencil. Now, from what I can understand from Stampin' Up, these 2 pieces here, these straight pieces, help your project to stay in. Okay, and you could just stencil like that, okay? And that's how it feeds through there. But I want a full sheet, okay, of mountains. So we're gonna go ahead and I'm putting this in here and I'm scooching it, let's say all the way to the right, okay? And I'm going to start, we're gonna use some Pear Pizzaz and Crumb Cake. Let me put some of these away till we need them, okay? Pear Pizzaz and Crumb Cake. And so the way that I did this, I went outside and I looked at our mountains because I live in the Appalachian Mountains. And I have my sponges here from my kit. Remember, we had a full sponge. I cut it into 6 pieces like a pie. Here's all my other pieces that I've used. But just for this, I'm just going to use Crumb Cake and Pear Pizzaz. So I went outside and I looked at the mountains, and because we are transitioning, into spring, things are kind of brown and green. So that's where I pulled my color from. Now, I was looking at this, and I'm real tight here with the mountains, so I'm probably going to space them out like I did down here. I think the card came out pretty for my first go round. But you always make little adjustments, okay? So let's just hold this here. Oops. And like I said, I've got it scooched to the right, okay? See, we have this little bit of room here because I'm going to move this back and forth. You don't want things to be totally symmetrical. So let's go ahead and start with some Pear Pizzaz. So I take my sponge, I dip it into the ink, okay? I take off initial, see the blob, okay, of color? And then I just take it to my paper. And I am a swirler. Some people are dabbers, but I will dab with the sunshine thing because of the way it is. But I'm a swirler. So right there. Now, we're going to drop this down, the stencil, okay? And we're going to scooch the paper to the other side. And I'm going to drop it down to here, okay? And see, now I've scooched the paper to the left. So things are not lined up. So the mountains will layer themselves, okay? Now I'm going to go into my Crumb Cake, and now I'm going to sponge again and swirl. And I'm going to go into my Pear Pizzaz. This one I'm not even tapping off. Sometimes I tap it off, sometimes I don't. That seemed like a lot of Pear Pizzaz on there, so. Okay, so there's that. Now I'm going to drop it down again. Let's go ahead and make a different mountain, okay? So now we've done these 2 up here. This is kind of really cool. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so now I want these mountains. So let's see. Let me go in. No. Let me go in this way, okay? And now I'm going to stencil right here, okay? So, and then I shifted it again. Now I'm going to go into my Pear Pizzaz, and I'm going to pick up this right in here, and I'm going to come down here, and we are going to have white space, but this is really a fun stencil. Good morning, Carol. So here we go. Whoop, I scooched a little bit. Okay, no scooching. There we go. Right about there. Right about there. Okay. So into my Pear Pizzaz. And I'm picking this line up down here too. I guess I could tape that down with washi tape, but by the time I tape it and move and tape and move, we're still going to be okay doing it like this. Here we go. I want to come across there with some greenery. I'm going to hold that there. This just reminds me of stenciling when the kids were young. When they were little, look at how pretty this is coming. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, now I'm going to go back to my other mountain. And it doesn't matter how you do this. I'm telling you, it does not. I have no patterning on here whatsoever. I'm just having fun with color. That's all. And now here, I'm going to go back in with my Pear Pizzaz. And then these little dark areas that we did are going to show through, which are really kind of cool. Just like that. Look how cute that's coming. Isn't that coming great? Okay, now I'm going to move this again this way. And now I'm going to come in with my crumb cake. And this is how I've worked all the way down. I'm going to work it all the way down the page. This little piece right here. And we are going to have a beautiful piece of DSP with these stencils all on our own. And every time you make this, every time you do this, it'll be different. Now see where we're a little white there? I'm doing this filling it all in, but you don't have to fill it all in, okay? You absolutely do not have to fill it all in. So I'm gonna come here, and I think I'm still gonna use a little bit of brown there because we are more brown than we are green with our mountains right now. So, and I'm gonna go right over the Pear Pizzaz, mix it up. It just gives you nice shading, which is exactly what you want for this effect. Look at how pretty that's coming out so good. Okay, now I'm going to switch over to here. And I'm going to go into the pear. And now that I'm getting more toward the bottom of the card, I'm opening it up a little bit more. Because like when I look out my window, the further mountains back are kind of stacked on top of each other. And then the ones more toward me are more spaced. Okay, let's move that there. Back into the crumb cake. Oh, this is coming out so pretty. Wait till we decorate it. Oh. And I'm kind of lightening up my color a little bit, if you can see that. Not adding as much color, a little darker, more toward the top. Okay, now right here at the bottom, I'm just going to remove the stencil, and I'm just going to take my Pear Pizzaz, and we're making just like the bottom of it, okay? Just, oh my goodness, just like that. That came out so cool. I'm going to flick the edges just to give me some nice accents around, and right in here, I want that element. I want this element. Let's see. I want it right here in green. So I'm just going to hold it right here. And I want to come through here and get this. And I'm sure that like if you did this in white, it would look like snow. There we go. I just needed a little. Isn't that pretty? Oh my goodness. That is just beautiful. Okay. But now, what we need to do now is get our elements on here. And so we did our trees right here. Let's get that. Let's pull our little backs off. Like I said, I use these because they're very thin and smaller than our other glue dots. But you could still use our glue dots. That's okay too. Not that these aren't our glue dots. These are just the ones that come with Paper Pumpkin. Get these little tabs off. That could be a little tedious at times, but it's okay. Right? Here we go. So what do you guys think? I'm thinking 90% of the catalog is retiring. I'm putting this in the middle right down here. Look at how pretty this makes. Look at how beautiful. Once we add this one element, it's just a prediction that I have. I'm thinking 90% of the catalog is going to retire. Here we go, right there. Okay, nice. Now we'll add our birds in Pretty Peacock. And we're just gonna let them fly all over the place. Up in the mountains, up high, low down here, anywhere you want them. How's that? That looks good to me. Okay, so pretty. Okay, now we're gonna put our element right here. Boy, does that not make that? Here is our card front. And now we put this. Oh, just something this simple. I don't know, it just amazes me. Something this little and simple absolutely makes the front of the card. So pretty. Just like that. Let's see. Okay, now we have this done. We already did this. Now we're going to add this to the front. Oh, it's coming out so nice. I hope not about the 90%. I then will have to buy new stuff. I know. I'm ready for it. I am totally, I'm like, uh-oh. Good morning, Carol. Good morning, Marianne. Thank you. Thank you. I hope you guys, hi, Diane. I'm sorry, I've missed some comments here. Hi, Sharon. I know. That's what I said, Kelly. I'm going to go broke. Because, yeah, I'm just thinking 90% of this catalog is going. I mean, I could be wrong. But yes, so I will be doing a nice video. What I do is I take the catalog, and it's going to be both of them, okay? It's going to be both. I sit down with the... I know you still have a wish list for the catalog. I know. So I'm going to sit down with it and I go through every single page, okay, and tell you what's going and what's staying. I'm broke having fun with Yes, I know. I'm going broke with creating. So I go through every single page and we do it together. And I tell you what's leaving and what's staying because they'll send me a spreadsheet. Now I love the last time they did that. At least I could see the thing. It used to come in. Oh my gosh. I had to use like a magnifying glass. Okay. We want to add this to the outside of the card right here. Okay. So I'm doing this and I put my fingers back here, guys. I am just not big on measuring. I just put my fingers here so I know not to go over them. And I add my Tombow, or you could put dimensionals right there. And then right here, and we're leaving a little nice little border. And here's this little secret here. Do you see that you can't see the inside of the card? Okay, you can't see the inside. Now, knock wood, we're gonna do this. Knock wood, I didn't get knocked off of here today. It's amazing. My Facebook Lives, I've been getting knocked off. Hi, Carol. Do you know when this is going to be announced? Yes, the retiring list is tomorrow, Wednesday. I don't know what time. I don't know when. So there's that. Look at how cool this is. Men like mechanisms, okay? They like things that move. And so I thought that's why that I did this card like this. You could open it this way, or you could open it like that. And so I think that that is just fun. Thank you, Lynn. This card came out beautiful. I did use a little more spacing, okay? I did use a little bit more spacing here. I didn't put brown like I did here, okay? I used a little bit more spacing so you can compare the cards. Oh, thank you, Sharon. I hope you guys, if you have the stencils, just start to sit and play with them. They are so much, look at how cute these cards came, right? I know, I do not have masculine cards, guys. Everything I've got has fruit, flowers, I don't know, But they're very, very, very feminine. So when I got this kit, I was like, oh. But then I realized, wait a minute, I need this kit because now, you know, I've got all of this, you know, to go with. And my cards, and then this right here, these right here, and using the twine like they taught me there. I love that. Oh, let's see. What did she say? What did Sharon say? I missed it. Whoops, sorry. I'm shaking the whole thing here. Yesterday along with your cards. Oh, good. I'm crafting all weekend. Oh, I'm glad, Sharon. Great. Great. Steve is missing this one. Yes, he is. I know, right? Every now and then he pops on. It cracks me up. Oh, that's so nice. I love them both. Yes, play with your stencils. Don't be afraid of them, okay? And remember, thread your piece of paper in, okay? So thread from the back like that, okay? Like these are dimensionals. Let's just say that was a piece of paper. Thread from the back, and then you have it really well. And I didn't even use these bottom mountains. We could have thread from the back there and use them like that, okay? So that's really, really a fun way to create in the craft room for sure. So here's our card for today. Of course, I'll be live tomorrow, 10 a.m. We'll do another card. And then when I get that list, I do that on a video. Okay. And I will upload that video for you guys. And we will go through every bit of what's retiring so that you know what you might want to order, what you might want to wait on. You know, so yeah, a lot going on here with Stampin' Up! Now this week. So I appreciate everyone coming by and crafting with me this morning, doing a little stenciling. I haven't stenciled since the 80s, seriously, and just having so much fun. I know, right? It's like having two different stencils. You're right, Lynn. It's awesome. And like I say, every time you do something like this, it's going to come out a little bit different. And that's what makes it so unique and wonderful. Okay? I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. live on Facebook. Have a wonderful day, a great afternoon. Stay safe and stay healthy. And thanks again for watching. Please go to your craft room and do a little happy crafting today. Thanks again for watching.